mate, I've got like five things I want to talk to you about that. Please, something come up there, and I thought of your negotiation workshops. Let's just hang that on the clothesline, and we're going to spin the
All right.
clothesline around. But we have to talk about your negotiation workshops after this. But I also went because you brought up the ice again. I went, man, the ice is a great coach. If you just
Yes.
give yourself the time and the opportunity to get in the ice or cold exposure frequently, it's a great life coach, isn't it? And then you overlaid the acceptance of, you know what, I'm going to be blunt, we're going to die one day. The death rate in humans to date is 100%. Is that correct?
So far, so
So
far.
far, we could be the first, but
We
let's not
could
bank on
be.
it, people. Let's not bank on it. So that in itself is also a great coach or aha moment to go, you know what? I'm so lucky to be here today. And how cool is this? I'm talking to Chuck McGee. I
Yeah,
look out my
it's
window.
amazing day.
It's freaking amazing. And tomorrow's not guaranteed. I should be a pretty good bloke today, is one way that I could assimilate that. And then I also went, before we spin the clothesline back around to your negotiation workshops, because I want to hear your perspective on that. And then you mentioned that letting go again. And you know, when you run, side note, have when you're married for years and you have kids, and even you run your own business, man, that's a PhD in life, isn't it? Even for those of you that aren't running your own business, if you're married with kids, that's a PhD in life to spend that much time, and the stuff that comes up with humans who are erratic, and I'm erratic at times, so that's an amazing learning tool to be a better person. It forces you to be, unless you don't want your marriage to work and you don't want to have a good relationship with your kids. Because
I wouldn't say it forces because I know a lot of people who don't choose to become better.
mm,
They they are inflexible and they choose to stay the way they are, and that reluctance to move forward crushes them. Their kids won't talk to them, or they don't have a good relationship anymore, and they're like, "Well, I don't know why they didn't meet my expectations." And it's like, because they were your expectations, and you're not taking into account that those are bundles of chaos and that your partner has expectations as well. Did you compromise? And compromise isn't getting your way. Like, are you willing to well, why should I give up? I don't think we need to talk anymore.
good luck with that. Thank you
Good
again. You
luck with
just,
that.
you just brought up letting go and acceptance to me again. So the way that I communicated. But then I went, um, that art of letting go. And I wrestle with this sometimes, especially when you say running your own business. I think business has been pretty tough past 3 years. With
Oh.
like you said, breath work, meetings, all of a sudden frowned upon. Okay, let's pivot was the term, wasn't it? Let's all pivot, everyone, and go online. That was really difficult for Joint Dynamics. We're here, which is a metric of success. We made it through, and we're rebuilding, which is amazing, and we've got great people, which is also amazing. And then, there's four owners of this business, and just say me, I want to grind hard, and I want to build the brand, and I want it to be super successful. And sometimes when I have conversations with you and people just say, you just got to let go. And I go, okay, what does letting go mean? So letting go means that I've got to continue to develop myself and do everything that I can on my part to have a great product service offering, a great culture, what the little things that I can control. But you can't control anyone else. You can only do the best that you
Nope.
can do, but you have to let go
Nope.
of other people's expectations. Is that what letting go is? Because I struggle with letting go.
Well, I feel supremely fortunate. My master's degree is in theater. And if you've never taken a theater course from the technical side, we have tech meetings. The costume designer, the set designer, the lighting designer, I'm the sound guy. The sound designer is all in a room, and we all have our ideas on the way we think the play should work. The director is there, and their ideas, of course, win because they're the director. And you'll have this idea that you've nurtured, that you've carried. It's your idea. Oh, you want this to happen so bad, and you have to kill it. The idea does not move the production forward with the director's point of view, with the way the set designer is working, with the way the costume designer is working. Yes, this is your idea. Sometimes as a group, we have this brilliant idea that we ask ourselves, will this serve our goal? And it can be a beautiful idea that we put a lot of energy into, but it doesn't serve our goal. So we actually have to practice fostering these ideas because it's a creative process, and then being okay with throwing it out and pivoting to the next idea. So I was fortunate that I was in a field that fostered and nurtured the act of having ideas that you care about and then throwing them away. And it's not necessarily that I let go of the idea. The concept of working with that thought helped move me forward. But if it doesn't serve the goal, and this is what I've learned as I'm older, 20-year-old me would tell me to shut the hell up and I'm just going to break that wall down. But now that I'm about 45, is this serving my goal? What is the outcome? Am I just looking to get my way because I want my way? Is this in service to my business? Is this in service to my family? Is this going to take me where I want it to go? Or is it that short-term elation of I got what I wanted? And that is hard to differentiate every day. And that's why I like to focus on the breath. And this is where negotiation comes in, because the biggest person you'll ever negotiate with is yourself. And okay. And like you do, you talk about, I try and take a step back. Which is the more flexible route? With the information I have, which will give me the long game success, not a short term, I won. And, you know, having 3 kids and being married, I wouldn't say I'm really good at it, but I'm better at it than I used to be, of just accepting that shit, okay, this sucks. And that's the joy of ACT, is sometimes you get to accept that you're eating filet mignon and other times you're eating a shit sandwich. And that's just life today. And now I'm going to eat this. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy that this idea doesn't work. I'm not happy that, you know, I aimed high and I failed. All right. And it's not necessarily that I let go. I just take the next step. I don't get stuck thinking that that idea has to be. And as I said, if I didn't have the theater background, I wouldn't have had that training on, hey, let's put up ideas. All right, this one. No, that one's terrible. Oh, crap. I put a lot of work into that. We're throwing it away. Okay. And realizing that, like, you're an owner of an amazing business. You have these podcasts, and you've got a lot of people that work around you. And if someone comes to you with an issue, they're not having an issue with Andrew. They're having an issue with the owner. They're having an issue with a figurehead, with someone who is in the power that could probably fix their issue. So as I know, they're not coming to me as my dad's self or my husband's self. They're coming at me as a business owner. And if they're upset with me, they're upset about either my business or how... I had one guy I don't know why this breathwork made me feel emotional. This is bullshit. I shouldn't be feeling emotions right now. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. That was all you and your breath. But they're not necessarily upset with me. So I let go of the fact that I was taking things personally. And once I could let go of that, I mean, if they throw in a personal jab, gloves are off. And I'm going to call you on that. But if someone's just upset at owner Andrew, or upset at you know, this person or that person, they're probably not usually upset at the person on a personal level. There's a layer of separation that makes them feel okay to lash out, and it's more a reflection of how they're doing than what you're doing. So I let go that everything's personal. When people cut me off, they don't know who the fuck I am. They don't care. They just cut off a car that I happen to be in. It's not a personal aspect. The 2 people catching up at the grocery store, they're not personally slowing me down because they don't know I'm in a rush. They don't care. I don't exist in their world. So if the let go thing that I've been practicing on is that my ideas can shift and change, and that if they're not serving me, I have to let them go, and that it's not usually about me. But my brain, and your brain probably, things are about us, because we live at the center of our own universe. So being able to step back, I'm not my thoughts, I'm not these experiences, this is something I just happen to be catching the orbit of. What do I do? Can I do anything? If I scream at the world, is it impotent rage? which is someone screaming at someone cutting them off? That's not going to do anything. Or is it righteous fury that can move mountains and change the world? If it's righteous fury, let's get angry. Let's change some stuff. But if it's impotent rage, what's the goal here? And people ask, are you mad? Would it help? Like if I flipped out right now, would that solve this issue? No? Maybe next time then. You let me know when it's okay to get mad and freak out, and I will totally dive into that. Like I will get super mad, I will freak out. Man, we will get some stuff accomplished. But if it's not going to help, what's the goal? What am I in service of here? And don't think that I can just walk through the world and I never, like, I lose this battle. I get upset, and that's okay. I stand back up and I take that next step. But damn, if it's not like even going through something like IFS or ACT, you are intentionally increasing the difficulty level of your life. You are analyzing your choices. That doesn't mean it's harder. It just means you're taking responsibility for these things. And in taking responsibility for these things, it's easier to let them go. Just, yep, that happened. And, well, I can't undo it, so let's move through it. And if I can undo it, I'm going to make billions because I'm still working on how to go back in the past and change some stuff. And if I can, I'll share it with you. But so far, haven't cracked that one yet.
Next podcast, mate. You heard it first, everyone. You know what? A couple of things, and this is me asking. You were talking there, and a lot of it is on how we react in certain situations, and we don't know the situation's going to come to us. And a couple of things that you were mentioning, and I went, is that where the saying, pause, take a breath before you respond? And then I went, yeah, remember,
Yes.
have you read Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning?
Yes.
What
Yes.
a beautiful book. And one of the things that I remembered most vividly from that, it's a beautiful book, between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space lies your freedom to choose.
Yes.